Tonight's ball game is brought to you by the following area businesses: Dale's Radiator and Air Conditioning Service and 24-hour wrecker service of Whitehall, Factory Surplus and Sales of Montague, Pitkin Drug and Gift Shop of Whitehall, Shelby State Bank of Whitehall, White Lake Ambulance of Whitehall, Edgewood Pharmacy of Whitehall, Family Hair Care and Tanning, Clark's Save-On of Whitehall, Lipka Drugstore of Montague, Todd Pharmacy of Montague, Vollmer Incorporated Realtors of Whitehall. Now to the play-by-play of tonight's ball game with Louis Thumser and Jeff Peterson.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's contest against the Montague Wildcats and the Mason County Central Spartans. I'm Louis Thumser. We've got some time here before the game's about to begin. With me is Mr. Chuck Hulse, the Montague Athletic Director, and Mr. Ken Diamond, head coach of the Montague football program. Mr.
Ken,
Hulse?
we'd like to talk to you tonight about some of the football program. How's your off-season conditioning program going?
Well, we've got a weight program going since November. Had some pretty steady people up there. I'd say we were averaging between 15 and 20 kids most of the time.
Are those mostly underclassmen or some of the returning lettermen or a combination of all those?
Well, we've got a few of the upperclassmen, but I'd say a majority of it is underclassmen at this point.
Well, as an ex-football coach, I know how important the off-season weight training program is, and I know that last year our football program at the end of the season really came on. I'd like to ask you about that sensational comeback against Houghton last year. That was, as far as I'm concerned, the most magnificent comeback by a high school football team I've ever seen. I'd like you to make a few comments on that.
Well, we had, I think there was 9 minutes left in the game when we started the comeback. We were down 21-0, and I think we caught them substituting. I was, to be honest, about ready to substitute, and I just wanted to be able to score one. And so we left the regulars in, and we scored pretty quickly. So at that point, I just figured, well, if we get the onside kick, then we'll try to keep going after it. And everything just kept clicking just right. And Brad was calling some good plays on his own out there, and things came out good for us. And I hope that carries over into the next season. I really do. We won the last 4 out of 5 games, and we played Ravenna real tough. Just lost to them. So I think the program did have a turnaround the second half of the season, as you said. And again, I hope it just rubs off to the next year.
Well, I know that the people in the stands were just ecstatic about that win, and we hope that you can continue the good job you've been doing over the last 2 years. We're really happy to have you in Montague.
Thanks. I think it really started, though, back in November for the off-season. We've made a concerted effort to try to get some kids out here to take advantage of the weight program that we've had going. A lot of kids have taken advantage of that. There's always some that you can't get out, but we'll do the best we can, the other coaches and myself, to try to round these kids up and get them into our program.
Well, most people probably don't know about our weight room and what you've done for that weight program and that weight room over the last 2 years. And I think that it's remarkable that you could take a space, actually a wasted space like that, and turn it into a usable space. Would you make some comments about our weight room?
Well, it's about 18 by 20. Your weight room's never going to be big enough, but it's better than nothing. We've made it nice. We had Bell's donated some carpeting to us. We got Oceana Paint and Glass donated some mirrors. We painted it up nice. It's a nice place to be. We've got music in there. And it's a nice place to be. There's some things we'd like to get for it still that, when funding gets there, we're going to try to do that. But I think we've got a good program for what we have.
It's come a long way. I remember when I was in school, we used the basement, so it's come a long way. Coach Diamond, of course, the 88 season's still a long way off, but maybe you could shed some light on some of the things we can expect to see in the coming season.
Well, in terms of the conference, I think you're going to see some good competition again among the different teams in the conference. In particular, Ravenna, North Muskegon, I think Whitehall's got some more potential too. And they've got a new coach, I know, and I think Bruce is going to do a good job over there. And I think you're going to see some real good competition between the league teams.
Well, thank you very much for being with us tonight, Ken.
Okay, I think we'll go upstairs then, and we'll be getting ready to start tonight's broadcast.
We'll have Jeff Peterson and Jeff Peterson and Lou Thumser's play-by-play of the Montague-Scottville game momentarily.
Hello, Louie. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Run a little double duty tonight. Got to run the first game as a referee. Now I get to come up here and announce it. This should be a good ball game, by the way. Mason County coming in, and they got some excellent ball players. Go against our Cats. The Cats can go for a share of the conference title tonight if they win, but they're going to have their hands. It's going to be a tough tilt as they go.
Yes, it is. Our starters for Mason County, I thought I could catch him. Jim Stark was one, Kevin Kimes, and Chuck Sheridan was the other. And I didn't catch the other two.
David Cox, I believe, and Greg Thurl.
Yeah. Starting for Montague, Dave Osborne. Also Jim Greaves. Also starting for the Cats, number 52, Randy Lindquist. Number 12, Paul Schloff. And our fifth man, number 22, Rich Erdman.
Cats come in here tonight 16-1 and 11-0 in the conference.
I was quite surprised to see they haven't even gotten an honorable mention AP yet.
Well, I was too, but you can always come in and sneak by everybody maybe, and then maybe somebody will notice us. Well, I see we've got a somewhat different lineup than I thought. Let's see, we've got number 34 in there, Kevin Kimes, number 20, John Ledsinger, number 44, Chuck Sharetta, number 42, as the Cats get the jump ball, Kyle Ross, and the fifth starter, number 40, Jim Stark. As Dave Osborne does a nice reverse layup, puts it up and in. This Cats taking now a 2-0 lead.
Might add, Montague has gotten an honorable mention, UPI though. But it's kind of disturbing when you see teams with 3 losses getting votes and Montague not getting any, and the 1 loss against a ranked team. But we know what they've got here in Montague. And MCC loses the ball. Montague takes over.
Nice call by the referee as the ball was hit off the Scottville Spartans' leg and out of bounds to Montague. Montague going to work against Scottville's 2-3 zone. Nice pass by Richard Erdman. And Randy doesn't quite get it to drop. lot of times Scott will pull that zone at 2-3, that bottom line way up.
Paul Schloff with the steal. He drives, takes it in himself, and scores. Montague up on top, 4-0. And they're going to take over.
And the Cats out.
Schloff from three-point range, a little short.
Man, Montague in that man-to-man. They're playing all year long.
And the basket by number 42, Kyle Ross. Osborne's going to shoot. It's a little short there. Erdman gets it. And
I think we had a 3-second call on that, Louis. The Cats back in that full court press. Stirring things up here, trying to get that turnover or cause the Spartans to turn the ball over themselves.
From three-point range, number 34, Kevin Kimes.
Yeah, that's the kind of player that I thought Kevin Kimes should have been all year long, but he hasn't done it, and Spartans have really had some tough times. We got a foul underneath the basket on number 42 at the push on Jim Grieve.
That's Kyle Ross.
Paul could have taken that shot there on the drive, but he passed off to Randy, and Randy just couldn't quite get it to drop.
Paul Schloff shoots, and it drops. Montague back up on top, 6-5. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
There's a trap.
Dave Osborne comes up with the ball. He's going to take it in himself for an easy 2. Jim Stark with the ball for the Spartans. Stark with the shot. No go. Paul Schloff with the rebound. Nice pass to Lindquist. Lindquist scores.
Nice move by Randy as he just took 1-2 steps to the basket and up and in.
Three-point range. That's number 34, Kevin Kimes. This time it doesn't drop. Paul Schloff with a shot. Off balance, doesn't make it. Jim Stark comes up with a loose ball. Number 42 for the Spartans, Kyle Ross.
Kyle Ross lost his man in the shuffle and got that nice shot and put it in.
Erdman just inside the three-point line. No good. Oh. Let's try inside. Lindquist is fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I think the position of the referee was such that he couldn't see, but Jim Grieve looked like he got pushed from behind on that shot earlier. As it was, Randy Lindquist right there, and he got hacked a couple times. He'll go to the line for 2.
John Letziker had the foul there for the Spartans. Lindquist puts his first up. It drops. Randy Lindquist's second shot, a little short.
All right, it didn't hit the rim, so it's out of bounds on the side to the Spartans.
Dave Osborne steals.
All right.
And we're going to get a double dribble call.
That was a tough one. David pushed the ball away, got the dribble, picked it up, and then dribbled again. Good call. Boy, I'm really impressed with the Cats playing that tough denial defense, and it's the Spartans are having all kinds of trouble getting the ball in bounds. Spartans do have one of their big horses in now, number 52, Dave Cox with the ball.
And from three-point range, Kyle Ross. Dave Osborne, 2 for Montague.
Boy, if Dave Osborne and Paul Schloff are hitting, they'll have those shots all night long because they're packing it in tight inside to stop Jim Grieve and Randy Lindquist.
Number 44 with the shot. Chuck Sherida doesn't drop. Montague comes up with it. And Randy Lindquist with a layup.
That makes it 15-10 in favor of the Cats.
And a traveling before Dave Cox gets his shot off. So Montague will take over control. Pass over to Dave Osborne. He shoots and scores.
That's what I was talking about. If you can get the ball to the wings, they're wide open because they're just packing it in low on that 2-3 zone.
Dave Osborne with the steal. Behind the back pass to Schloff. Pretty basket.
What was prettier about that was it was a left-handed behind the back and David's right-handed, and that's what makes it so nice.
Oh, Jim Grieve gets a hand on it. Goes out of bounds, however. Scottville retain control of the ball.
We got 3 new Cats in there, Scott Thumser, Kurt Babcock, and Brad Van Bergen. And the Spartans counter as well with number 54, Dan Cox.
Close to a travel there. Kevin Kimes with the shot. Well, as Dave Cox takes a shot there. And Kevin Kimes puts it up again and scores.
Kevin Kimes has got an awful nice touch on that basket.
Brad Van Bergen from three-point range. It drops.
And Brad's had that touch for the last 3-4 games from way out long range. It's been pretty to watch.
Oops. And a foul on Brad Van Bergen. Number 40 for the Spartans, Jim Stark.
Cats up now, 22-14.
Paul Schloff with the basket for the Cats.
Paul doing a nice job driving that zone on the baseline. Nobody's stopping him, and he's putting it up and in. And a few times when somebody's come over to get him, he just passed the ball off.
And a foul on Kurt Babcock.
And with that, we got a couple more subs. Dave Osborne back in, and Jim Grieve in for Randy and Paul Schloff.
Osborne with another steal. The ball more or less passed right to him that time.
And then the Cats get it right back on a steal. Nice pass.
Oh, real nice basket.
And the Cats double the score now, 28-14 in the first quarter. Now we'll see if the Spartans can take advantage of this. They throw it away.
And off the hands of Dan Cox, Montague will take over.
We had 2 Wildcats that ran into each other down underneath their own basket and fell down, and Spartans still couldn't take advantage.
Dan Cox with a shot a little short there. And
well, on his rebound, he grabbed it, started to go back up, and looked like Scott Thumser got a lot of ball, but evidently got a little bit of the hands too. So Dan Cox will go to the line shooting 2. With that, J.J. Flynn comes in for Kurt Babcock.
so Dan Cox at the line. His first, no good. And Dan Cox puts a second up. It's good. Montague up on top, 28-15, under a minute left in the first quarter. Scott Thumser passes over to Van Bergen. And we've got a lane violation.
I think we had too many fake shots there, and we had people camping out in the lane waiting for the rebound, and just never came, and the referees caught him.
Three on one. And a lot of chances. MCC can't do it.
That's kind of how the Spartan season's gone.
Kyle Ross with a steal. Drives.
There's another miss.
And Cox with a shot. This one drops.
That moves the score, Montague 28, Mason County 17.
Van Bergen from three-point range, off. He gets his own rebound. Passes off to Osborne. He drops it.
At the buzzer.
At the end of the first quarter, Montague up on top, 30-17. Impressive first quarter by the Cats.
Well, you know, they started out, and I thought a little bit slow, and that Mason County maybe kind of set the tempo at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, bang, they were up by 8, 10. They had 2 quick steals, turned them into 4 quick points. They doubled the score, and now at halftime, or at the end of the first quarter, they're leading 30-17. So excellent first quarter. And from what I've seen, they just seem to be getting better and better and better. And of course, that's what you want to see at this time of year. You don't want them to peak now. This is an important game tonight, but as we move out into the rest of the season, on into tournament time, you want them to keep on going. And of course, we'd like to see them in the final game, the 26th of March. But you know, however far they go, we certainly like to see them peak at that last game that they play and put on a fantastic performance that we know they're capable of.
I'd just like to see him prove the AP writers wrong. Show them up.
You got Greg Thorough in for the Spartans. Excellent ball player. I don't know what the reason for him setting out in the first quarter, but I imagine it was some kind of disciplinary reasons, and I think we'll see a lot of him and call his number quite a bit tonight. I'm surprised that the Spartans kind of sitting back into their 2-3 zone. A little pressure on top, but really not a lot. Now they're running a 1-3-1.
Osborne shot a little short. Good hustle.
Well, Dave Osborne caused that. Fantastic hustle.
Off the hands.
Went off for that ball and tried to pitch it back in. Hit off the
off a Greg Thorough there.
Right.
Jim Grieve for the Cats.
Yes, and Dave Osborne was directly responsible for that.
Jim Grieve for the Cats.
Well, you give Jim that much time, and that's almost automatic. Is it now double the score again, and the Cats got the ball back, and they up and 2, one more.
Montague up on top, 36-17 early in the second quarter. MCC calls a timeout.
Coach Dwayne Ingram kind of scratching his head over there and didn't know quite what to think. Cats just playing super right now. Mason County having all kinds of trouble against the press, and Cats taking advantage of every single one. excellent passes, excellent hustle. Guys break into the ball. Not much more you can say, Louis.
No.
And here comes a different 5. And that's the neat thing about this. It doesn't matter who you put in there, they just keep on coming at you.
No, it doesn't matter at all. Montague's got a strong bench. And I think that's one of the key factors to their success this season.
Well, if all the young players can just remember you win with 5 people on the court and you win with 12 on your team, you don't win with having a superstar. You got to play as a team. That's what this is. And it's certainly great to watch these kids play.
Greg Thorough for the Spartans.
If you look, you can see how far that zone is out.
Dave Osborne from three-point range, just a little off. Jeff Patterson for the Spartans, no good. And Dave Cox comes up with the basket.
And that moves the Spartans within 15, 36-21.
Off the hands of Jim Grieve. And
one of the
into
miscues.
the hands of Jeff Patterson.
Few miscues.
Jim Stark. Oh.
That ball hung right there, but it did fall through. That makes it 36-23 in favor of the Wildcats, who just have to run their offense, be patient.
Paul Schloff from three-point range. No, they give him 2.
I think his foot was on the line, and that's why they gave him the 2. That's a tough one, but Jimmy didn't get there in time, and the referee caught him on that, and got the ball out underneath to the Spartans. That was a blocking foul.
Greg Thorough with the shot, doesn't drop. Traveling on Van Bergen.
Yeah, it looked like Brad was dragging that back foot as he was trying to get inside, and they caught him.
Kevin Kimes with the shot for the Spartans. No good. Osborne comes up with the loose ball. Pass over to Van Bergen. Over to Schloff. Schloff drives, shoots, and and the call goes against Montague.
Well, I think the reason that went against Montague is Paul didn't go straight up. He leaned into the basket and he came down on the player. That was a tough one, but I think that's the reason that that went against him. If he'd have just went straight up in the air, I think he would have got the call.
Brad Van Bergen gets in there, steals the ball, gives it to Jimmy Grieve, turnaround jumper. It's a little long and off the hands of Schloff. Spartans will take over. Another turnover on the Spartans.
Smart play by Paul Schloff. Waited to get some rebounders in there and just held it.
Van Bergen up top. He draws the foul.
Okay, again, the foul went against Brad.
Okay.
He's leaning into the player, and you can't gain that position by driving through that player, and that's evidently what the call was.
I thought he had drawn the foul. It's not. Kevin Kimes with the shot. No go.
Well, the Cats hit a little dry spell here. Well, they haven't been able to put that ball in the hole. They've had the shots and opportunities, but nothing will drop for them. And meanwhile, that pulls Mason County within 13 again, 38-25.
Dave Cox with the basket. Schloff with the shot, no good. Dave Cox comes up with it, gives it to Jeff Patterson.
Give credit to Mason County. They're putting some pretty good pressure on right now, which is getting them right back in the ball game. And
Kevin Kimes with the bucket for the Spartans.
Wildcats got to pull up a little bit quicker and shoot that ball.
Montague lead down to 11, 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And Paul Schloff, no good. Montague holds on to it.
Nice pass by Richard Erdman on the floor. Beautiful.
Nice pass. Scott Thumser with the layup. And in the meantime, Jeff Patterson takes it down and scores for the Spartans.
And we got an injury stoppage of play right now.
And Osborne comes in for the Cats.
I don't know what happened. It looked like maybe Richard landed on his knee down there when he fell to the floor. But he seems to be all right now. Score reads 40 for Montague and 29 for the Spartans.
Schloff from three-point range. It's a little off.
You know, the Spartans hurting their own cause with mistakes like that. You just can't have those. Are unforced.
Van Bergen comes in for Schloff. Dave Osborne over to Erdman. Erdman shoots. No good.
And there's no weak side rebounder there. And Greg Thoreau got that ball, is bringing it up to court.
That's Greg Thoreau for the Spartans.
And the Spartans are slowly but surely climbing right back into it, 40-31. Coach Jim Tate wants a timeout with 2:22 to go in the first half. It's Montague 40 and Mason County 31. Well, right now it looks like the Wildcats have a little bit of trouble figuring out that 1-3-1 that the Spartans are in. And they're doing some little things on it. They're kind of doubling on the side low. So they can't get the ball inside down in that box area. And it should leave the wings open, but maybe the guy's got to step up just another step closer to that basket and put that ball through. We've had some shots and they just haven't dropped. So I'm sure Coach Tate is over there just figuring out something he wants done. Just a couple little shifts. And I think you'll see the Cats come out now and try to do something just a little bit different.
Dave Osborne, no foul called.
It was a nice play by Jim Grieve as he got the ball on Dave Osborne. And
Kevin Kimes with a shot for the Spartans. Doesn't drop. We've got under 2 minutes left to play. Montague up on top, 40-31. Less than 2 minutes in the first half.
That's what Paul Schloff has to do. He just cut the seam in between the side man and the point man and put it up and in.
Dave Cox missing the layup.
Scottville wanted the goaltending. If the ball had been in that net and they hit it, they would have got it. Or above the cylinder.
Paul Schloff for the Wildcats.
And that's what Paul Schlaff has to do. Just drive those seams, put the ball up and in. Boy, David Osborne plays that baseline so well, just cuts it off. Twice now, Thurl has tried to drive that baseline, and David just took it away from him, and he has to pass it out. If he gets baseline, watch out. He's an excellent ball player down low.
And so Jeff Patterson will go to the line for the Spartans, shooting 2.
I believe that was Brad Van Bergen that picked up his 3rd foul.
Patterson's first shot is good. And his second is also good. And travel called.
Sorry, Louie, I guess I'm stepping on your cord
Stepping
here.
on my cords all night long. Dave Cox for the Spartans.
And that pulls the Spartans within 9, 44-35. Oh, nice pass by Richard Erdman. I don't know how he even
call
saw
that threading the needle.
I would say so. How the little man could see David with all those redwoods in front of him, I don't know. But he got the ball to him. David got fouled going up. He'll get 2.
Osborne's first is up and good.
Well, so far, I thought for a while it was going to be a blowout again, but Mason County's played tough. And
They're holding their own here in the second quarter. Well, just look at the Pistons and the Lakers last week.
That's right.
I thought the Pistons were going to win.
That was a 5-second count on a throw-in, and Montague gets the ball back with 34 seconds to go and leading by 11, 46-35.
I think Montague will go for the last shot
Yeah,
here.
it appears that way. It's 21 seconds to go, and it pulled it out.
Ten seconds left in the first half. And Randy Lindquist, turnaround jumper, no good. And a desperation shot does not drop. And so at the end of the first half, Montague Wildcats up on top, 46-35.
Well, I'm sure Coach Jim Tate was real happy with the first quarter and not so happy with this quarter as the Cats faltered a little bit. And yet again, give credit to Mason County. They went into a 1-3-1 defense, changed things around a little bit, and the Cats really didn't adjust as well as they have in other games. They still have that 11-point lead, but Mason County Central has cut that down considerably from where it was earlier in the ball game. Well, Louis, as I said, the Cats can gain a share of the title tonight, and then on Friday night they have to go down to Ravenna, and they face a very tough Bulldog team that's been on a real hot streak lately. They've won 6 in a row going into tonight's game over at Whitehall, and that should be a barn burner. 2 excellent ball teams, and I'm sure that they're looking forward to playing Montague down there and trying to avenge the earlier defeat they had here.
Montague has become the team to beat this second half of the season.
Well, all year long they've played well, and they continue to get better and better. And everybody's shooting at them. You know, everybody wants to put a notch in their gun, you know, say they were the ones that beat them. And so far, they've held off all challenges except in that Grant game. So again, it'd certainly be nice to see another championship banner here in the gym for the 87-88 season, and then moving on in the tournaments. They had the draw today, I believe, for the tournament up at Hart, but I'm not sure who Montague got in that draw. So maybe we can find out before the night's over what that situation is.
Well, if you're just joining us, Montague's up on top, 46-35 over MCC. We want to thank Cass Cable for allowing us to broadcast tonight's game, as they've allowed us to do all throughout the season, and will continue throughout the end of the season. Some first half statistics for you. Leading Montague in scoring is it's being tied by Osborne and Schloth. They each have 14. Behind those two, it's Jim Grieve has 8 and Randy Linquist with 5. Van Bergen has 3 and Scott Thumser with 2. Leading the Wildcats in fouls is Van Bergen. He has 3. Jim Grieve, Paul Schloth, Scott Thumser, and Kurt Babcock each have 1 foul. For the Mason County Central Spartans, leading them in scoring is Kyle Ross and Kevin Kimes. They each have 7. Behind them with 6, David Cox, and 3 players with 4, Jim Stark, also Craig Thorough and Jeff Patterson. And Dan Cox has 3. The only 2 players to have fouls for the Spartans, Kyle Ross with 2, and John Letzinger has 1. Montague again up on top, 46-35. The Cats come back out of locker room first. Still awaiting MCC.
Well, Louis, I said that there was a drawing today for a district tournament. I was right. Got a little bit mixed up, though, basketball or volleyball. It was the volleyball tournament. And Montague drew Whitehall, and in the first round, it's a pre-district round, and that'll be played next Wednesday, which is March 2nd, at 7 o'clock at Whitehall. Admission will be $2. And if the Cats prevail in that one, they'll go into tournament on Saturday, March 5th, at Shelby. and they would play then White Cloud over there. The boys tournament is going to be held at Hart, and that drawing will be made Monday. So we should know about that on late Monday or Tuesday. I have a very interesting note here. As I was coming up, I found out at halftime over in Whitehall, Ravenna is leading by 9 points. So if the Cats can hang on here and Ravenna can knock off the Vikings, that would give the outright title to the Wildcats going into the last 2 ball games.
I think looking back earlier on in the season, nobody expected Montague to do this well. And it's really a nice thing to see.
I thought we were going to do very well this year. I thought there were a couple other teams that would give us some good runs for our money, and there have been early in the season, but I thought we should be right there. I picked us to win it, and I'll stick, I guess I'm sticking by that right now.
Well,
that's easy.
You're not taking much of a chance by saying
that.
No,
but I picked Shelby to be a little bit tougher, and I thought they would be. They've had some trouble with the guard plate, and I picked Scottville to be one of the contenders, and Scottville has just really not done anything all year long. So they're playing quite well tonight, but throughout the season they've lost key games that I thought they should have won, and that just kept them right out of it. I figured that Whitehall was going to be tough, and I figured that Ravenna, really, I thought that they were going to be the team that was going to give us the most run. So to say, though, that we were going to be 16-1, no, I had no idea that we would be that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody envisioned that. One thing that I think is kind of interesting, looking at Grant, they picked up their second loss last week against Nuevo, and yet they remain within the top 10 in the state rankings.
Well, I'll just say this for state rankings. I've said all along, I'm not worried about state rankings. Those are nice, but you got to play the basketball game on the court, and that's what really counts. We can look at what we've done, and Grant can look at what they've done, and they've had a good season. The thing is, we've been getting better, and they've been having trouble as of late. So let the pollsters say what they want to. That doesn't mean anything, because when it comes down to tournament time, there's only going to be one team left anyways. Again, it would be nice, but that's a paper thing, and that's all it is. It's a manufactured thing. Let's play the game out here in the court, and let's forget the polls. And if we get the rankings, that's great. But, I'm really tickled that the Cats are just getting better and better and better every game. And I think Grant peaked when they played us.
Yeah, I think so. Well, and some players have even mentioned that they don't particularly care for a ranking because it's only going to have a negative effect on them. Other teams are going to want them more, and it could even go to their heads. They wouldn't.
That's very possible. That could happen. I've always been sad about that, but I played on a team. I think that happened, and so in a lot of ways, it'd be nice if they don't have that ranking. Randy Lindquist just bothered 2 players so much. They missed the layup and they missed a little easy shot. Neither of them touched the rim. Richard can't get it to drop on the other end. And we come back down. Score at halftime again. Just 35 seconds played, 46-35. And that's good to hear, even though we don't like to hear Randy getting even his first. But at this point in the game, Randy only has 1, so that creates a lot of problems for the Spartans inside.
Really, the only player from Montague in trouble is Van Bergen with 3. Nobody else has more than 1.
Well, that's a nice stat to hear because, again, that means they can do so much more on defense.
For the Spartans, only 3 team fouls. So Montague didn't even get a chance to go into the bonus in the first half.
I'm a little bit surprised as Scottville's now back in their 2-3 zone defense.
Osborne shoots in and out for the Wildcats. Oh, nice shot there by number 32, Greg Thorough.
Well, Greg Thorough is kind of what his name said. He's a thoroughbred. He's an excellent ball player. Fun to watch, does a lot of nice things with that basketball. Again, the Spartans on an unforced turnover. Give the ball back to Cats, and let's see if they can convert it.
Randy Lindquist inside.
Go ahead.
That's one thing they haven't done a whole lot of that they've done in other games, gone inside to Randy. They haven't had to tonight.
Well, but I've been watching, and it certainly appears to me that Randy's open a lot. He's getting good position inside, but nobody's got him the ball. I don't know the reason for that. Just has not. Greg Thorough again. We don't want him to get hot. It's now 48-39.
Paul Schloff goes up, denied. Randy Lindquist with a shot a little short. Shot way off by Kyle Ross.
That was not a good shot. They didn't have the rebounders in there.
Dave Osborne wide open, up at the top of the key. He scores.
That's money in the bank when you give David that much time. That makes it 50-39. Now let's see if the Cats can push it up again.
Oh, nice shot there by Jimmy Greaves.
Looked like Jim was off balance, but he knew where the basket was and used his left hand and just put that easy little layup off that backboard and in.
Spartans can't score. Double dribble called on Paul Schloff. Scottville will take over.
Well, sometimes you make those tricky dribbles like that and you get hung up, and that's what exactly happened there. Paul put it on his leg and then tried to push it off, and that's double dribble.
Jeff Patterson with the shot. And that doesn't drop. Paul Schloff bringing it down for the Cats. Passes off to Lindquist. Lindquist puts it up.
Here come the Cats again. Scored now up to 15, 54-39.
And another two for Lindquist.
We got nice movement of the ball again. Cats just finding that open man. Now they're back into the press. Kevin Kimes drops that one in, moves it within 15, 56-41.
Osborne cross court to Paul Schloff. Inside to Lindquist. And he doesn't go. Since we've mentioned that, they've passed it inside a number of times to Randy now.
Well, Randy got a little bit too far under. I think he could have turned around and popped that. Instead, he tried to drive it a little bit too far under the basket.
Paul Schloff. Backwards layup goes in.
A little reverse.
And they're going to say that goes off the hands of Paul Schloff.
Well,
so Spartans going to hold
here the Cats just keep on shuffling them out, and I'm looking, and the Spartans huffing and puffing out there, you know, starting to tell on them as the Cats now move it out to 17 points, 58-41. And this has been the telling sign all year long. Bench just coming in and performing so well.
And a travel called there. You're stepping on my court again.
Well, why don't you move your court?
Okay, Rich Erdman bringing it down for the Cats. Keith Bloomquist in for the first time for the Cats. Pass picked off by number 34, Kevin Kimes.
Well, those cross-court passes, they're tough. You do that, they're going to get picked off more often than not. Good hands by the Cats. Scott Thumser has the ball to Rich Erdman. All the way to the basket.
Goes.
That makes it a 19-point lead, 60-41. And the Cats right back on hawking them again.
And an easy two for Dave Cox, wide open inside.
Well, that was a nice pass by number 40 to get that ball in there. I think Richard could have drawn a two-shot foul there. He went up in the air and the foul was called, and he passed the ball. If he'd have double clutched and put it up, if that was possible, he might have drawn the two-shot instead of the out of bounds.
Up top to Osborne. Fakes, drives a little. He puts it up and scores.
And puts it back to 19, 62-43.
And traveling called on Greg Thorough. Montague with the ball again. Scottville calls a timeout with 2:16 left in the third quarter. Montague up on top, 62-43.
Coach Dwayne Ingram discussing a call with the official. A little frustration there as Montague just totally dominating this play and got it now out of bounds with a chance to push it to 21.
Dave Osborne inside to Jimmy Grieve. He shoots a little short. And off the hands of Greg Thorough. Montague retains possession.
Well, everything seems to be going the Wildcats' way. And touch the ball, and it's coming right back to the Wildcats.
Thumser puts it up. A little off.
Another one. Same thing.
Pass to Bloomquist. He puts it up from three-point range. A little short.
A lot of hands-on out there, and referee stopped play and told the guys to keep their hands off.
And off the Spartans. And it worked.
Well, what it was a 5-second call.
Oh.
Nobody touched that ball within 5 seconds, and so it turned over to the Cats, but the Cats turned right back over to the Spartans.
Dave Cox with a shot.
And you don't see that very often, but Richard Erdman got that ball, went up high, got it now, and goes to the basket. Almost gets it.
And Erdman draws the foul. I believe that was Dave Cox with the foul.
First personal foul on David Cox, number 52, his second team. Richard Erdman shooting 2.
Well, with a minute 38, the Kurt Babcock coming in and Chris Morrissey. The Wildcats leading 62-43.
Erdman's first is up and good. Montague has a 20-point lead at this point. Erdman's second is up, and it's also good. In for Scottville, Jeff Patterson. Taking a rest is Jim Stark. Oh. Well, Kevin Kimes was wide open, and as Erdman came through, he fouled him on the shot.
Right. Well, that's unusual. Dave Cox, the center, brought the ball all the way up to court. That's just how much trouble that the Spartans are having with that cat press. They're going to bring everybody down to get somebody freed up and then get it down the court. And we had 2 guys on the ball, and nobody was watching underneath. And Kimes got the ball in. Richard got the foul, and now got the free shot, and it's now 18-point lead, 64-46.
Scott Thumser inside, shoots. Doesn't drop, but he draws the foul.
It was a nice move by Scott as he faked one way and then went to the baseline and got hacked as he went up for the shot. He'll get 2.
And the foul was on Jason Lang for Scottville. Thumser's first shot is good. Scott taking his time. His second is up, and it's also good.
And Randy Lindquist now comes in for Scott. As Scott pushed it to 19, a 66-47.
And off the hands of Kimes into Randy Lindquist's hands. Passes off to Dave Osborne. Osborne puts it up, scores for the Wildcats. Greg Thoreau fouled on the shot.
That was Chris Morrissey. Had dropped off his man. Chris Morrissey, I think, is doing an excellent job playing Kevin Kimes, who I think is one of the better ball players in the league. Just keeping him away from the basket, causing him to turn over the ball a couple of times, and that's all you can ask.
Greg Thoreau's first shot is up and good. Thoreau's second shot is up and good. So with less than a minute to go in the third quarter, Montague up on top by 20, 68-48. J.J. Flynn, pass cut off there by number 24, Todd Wheeler. Jason Lang with the shot, doesn't go. And the basket by number 52, Dave Cox.
Wildcats will go for the last one here.
Better hurry. Babcock puts it up at the buzzer. It drops. Montague up on top by 20, 70-50 after the third quarter.
Well, it's nice to see Kurt Babcock do that. He's got a nice touch and got that ball. And I think, first of all, he was looking for somebody to pass it to maybe inside, and he realized there wasn't much time, and he just dropped it through just as calm as it could be.
The way it looked there, it looked like nobody wanted to take the last shot.
Well, that happens sometimes, but that's just the unselfishness of this group. Everybody's looking for somebody else to get the ball to because they know that they'll get the passes in return.
Enough good things can't be said about this team. You know, even if they get knocked out in the first round, which probably won't happen, but, you know, if that should happen, it's a successful year, and you can't be anything but happy.
Well, we've had some very good teams around here, but I would have to place this maybe at the top of what I've been around here and what I've seen. We've had some other exciting groups. I think this one just plays so well together, though. They're a team in every sense of the word. They like each other. They play basketball against each other during the summer. They're always together, regardless if it's basketball or anything. So it's really neat to see a group of kids that are that together do so well. As the Spartans put a little full court pressure on, a 2-2-1 press, but doesn't really bother the Cats.
Oops. Scottville's going to take over. Out of bounds off of Montague.
Coach Jim Tate is going to put his starters back in. I'm sure just to try to foil anything that the Spartans are going to do. And there's Richard with a steal right off the bat, right to the basket.
He puts it up. Richard Erdman scores for the Cats. 72-52. Montague up on top.
One thing that teams like the Spartans have had an opportunity to do that haven't taken advantage of is when they have the Cats on a double team, they should have somebody freed up and they should take advantage of it. They've had people freed up and they've just stood there and they've given the Cats a chance to get back.
Kevin Kimes just scored for the Spartans. And we have a foul called.
Well, that was a tough one. I think that was Dave Cox. There was an example. I thought maybe Paul Schlaff was going to pick up that foul. It looked like it might have been a charge, but Dave Cox stepped over in front evidently, and the officials got him for that. Out of bounds, Montague. And from here on out, both teams have 4 fouls, so that'll be the 1-and-1 for the last 6 minutes and 56 seconds of the game.
Mitch Erdman inbounds to Randy Lindquist. Randy back to Erdman. And Erdman to Jimmy Grieve, who scores.
You know, chalk up another assist for the conference assist leader, Richard Erdman. And there goes that double team. Oh, got a little bit of hand there.
And, so now Scottville will go into the bonus situation, shooting 1-and-1. Will be Kevin Kimes.
And with 6:42, we have the Wildcats at 74, the visitors from Mason County at 54. Make that 55 as Kimes pops his first one in.
Kimes' second shot is up. It's also good. Montague lead is now 19. Or 18, excuse me.
Paul hoping he'd get that ball to fall would have given him a 3-point opportunity. But again, he saw that opportunity to go baseline, took it to the hole, and got the little jumper, just didn't drop as he got fouled and goes to the line. And the Wildcats are well in command here with an 18-point lead.
Schlaff misses his first shot. He has a second. And he misses that one also. Lindquist with a rebound, puts it up, gets fouled. That was Dave Cox, another foul for him.
It was a nice inside move by Randy Lindquist to get position there on the rebound on the free throw. He grabbed it, put it back up. Again, didn't get it to fall, but goes to the line shooting 2.
Now, the foul there was on Greg Thoreau, not Dave Cox. Lindquist puts his first up. It's good. Lindquist's second shot is up. It's a little short. Jimmy Grieve gets the rebound. However, Todd Wheeler takes it out of his hands. Kevin Kimes for the Spartans.
It appeared he got a little arm when he took it away, but the officials didn't see it that way, and so we're down the other way. We now have a 17-point lead for the Cats, 75-58.
Osborne drives, puts it up. Fouled on the shot by Kevin Kimes. And in for the Spartans, John Letzinger. Jeff Patterson takes a seat. Osborne at the line. His first is up and good.
And with that, Brad Van Bergen's in the lineup for Richard Erdman.
Osborne's second shot is up. That's also good. Greg Thoreau, a little short. Lindquist with the rebound, gives it to Schlaff. Ball brings it down.
I think Paul got away with one there,
Oops.
same type of thing.
And Osborne just takes a step back and out of bounds.
Yeah. Paul put that ball on his knee again, and he got away with that, but then David stepped out of bounds, so Mason County got it back.
Mason County almost allowing another turnover. They're going to call that one on Randy Lindquist. So Dave Cox will shoot a 1-and-1 now.
You know, the game and the flow of the game has slowed down tremendously here in the last 3-4 minutes. We're still at 5:23 to go in the fourth quarter, as a lot of fouls have been called on both sides, both ends, a lot of violations.
Jimmy Grieve for the Wildcats. That's off. And
nice hustle by Kevin Kimes as he went after that ball, but couldn't quite save it, and out of bounds to the Cats.
And he's going to have a burning sensation on his legs, I think, after the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a nice burn there.
Randy Lindquist inside. Price putting it up. And jump ball. Montague keeps possession of the ball.
Yeah, nice hustle by both teams as they went for that ball. Don't see too often when Randy gets stuffed, but that was one of the cases.
Oh, and ball picked off by Todd Wheeler.
I think that was the case. Randy didn't even see Todd Wheeler there. He just passed it inside, saw Paul, and Wheeler was between them and got the ball.
Out of bounds, off the Spartans. Montague takes over. Paul Schlaff shoots, a little short. Kevin Kimes brings it down. He takes it himself. No go. And we're going to have a foul called on number 24, Todd Wheeler.
No, I think it was a foul on Dave Osborne, I believe. Yes, setting a pick, illegal pick. And so Todd Wheeler, I believe, will be at the foul line shooting 1-1. Referee said that David was not set on that and was still moving, coming up and getting position, and that's the reason for that call. And with that, we have the Spartans calling timeout. And with 3:57 to go, we have Montague with a 19-point lead, 77-58. Well, in the second half, Montague's kind of jumped out to that 19, 20-point, 18-point lead and just kind of held it. And here on out, it's been kind of a yawner.
Yeah.
I'm certain that everybody's kind of anxious. Maybe we can get the score of what's happening across the river at Whitehall with that game with the Bulldogs or Ravenna. As we said, if Montague were to win here tonight, they would clinch at least a share of the title. And then, depending on what happens over in Whitehall, if Ravenna continues to lead as they were at halftime by 9, that would clinch the title outright for the Wildcats.
Well, at this point, I'd say Montague's going to have at least a share of the title.
Well, unless they have a total collapse, I say you can put this one in the bag, and we can move on from here.
Todd Wheeler misses. Chris Morrissey with a rebound for the Cats. Van Bergen tries shooting into a crowd of Spartans. Draws the foul. Van Bergen misses his first. Brad will take another. Puts a shot up. It's good. Dave Cox tries for the shot, misses. Cox with another shot. No, that was Greg Thorough. Excuse me.
Spartans trying to put a little bit more pressure on now.
3-on-1. And up from behind comes Jeff Patterson. He fouls Jimmy Grieve.
I don't know why the Spartans didn't do this a long time ago. They had nothing to lose. They were down by, as we said, 15 to 20 points most of the second half. And if it's 25 or 15 at the end, it doesn't matter. I think you just got to keep on coming at them. What they were doing really wasn't working. It's just kind of keeping the status quo. So
Keith Bloomquist, Scott Thumser, and J.J. Flynn coming in for the Cats.
Well, this is nice to see. Both coaches kind of clearing their benches, letting the other players get a chance to play, and the fans appreciate that on both sides. I know that I appreciate seeing that. It's good to see all the players are going to get a chance to go out there for the final 3 minutes and get some playing time. They work just as hard in practice, both squads, and it's an excellent opportunity for them to see that PT out there.
And now also coming in for the Cats, Tom Cedarquist. And so with 3 minutes remaining in the ball game, Montague up on top by 20, 80-60.
That's just about the situation for the year average for them.
John Letzinger puts it up. And there's a foul called.
I believe the Cats are scoring just slightly over 80 points, and I believe they're giving up about 63 points a ball game. So right now they're just about at that average.
John Letzinger dropping his first. Letzinger puts his second up, no good. Jason Lang had the rebound, and he's also fouled. He'll go to the line shooting two
Well, he
now.
got a nice rebound. He looped off the top rebound position down underneath. Nobody blocked him out. Got that rebound, went up with it, and got fouled. He'll get 2 shots.
And Jason Lang puts his first up, and good. Lang sets his second shot up, and it's good. J.J. Flynn taking the shot. And no go. Jeff Knudsen with an excellent opportunity, but
yeah, play getting a little sloppy. Both teams had opportunities. The Spartans had a 1-on-0 and messed it, and then the Wildcats had 2 guys who had a chance to get the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Back to the Spartans. Good pressure by the Spartans on Scott Thumser. You better hurry up or he's going to get a 5-second count.
Tom Cedarquist puts it up, no good. Chris Morrissey with the rebound, and he's fouled. Morrissey goes to the line. Chris Morrissey shooting 2. Morrissey's first shot is up, and no good. Morrissey's second is up and good. And in for the Wildcats, Kurt Babcock. Chris Morrissey sits down.
Chris Morrissey has just done an excellent job, I believe. We talked about this last game, but in recent weeks, it's been super. Nice steal by J.J. Flynn.
Oh, Flynn a little short on his layup attempt.
And Tom Cedarquist got that one over the back. We'll have a 1-and-1 situation at the opposite end. So with 1:51 to play in the game, now we have Montague 81 and the visitors from Scottville 63.
Todd Wheeler at the line, he misses. Saved there by Keith Bloomquist. Dish off to J.J. Flynn, he puts it in.
Nice to see J.J. drop one. He's been working awful hard. They just haven't been falling, and he got that one down.
Good attempt there by J.J. Flynn.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. J.J.'s been working real hard out there and just hasn't been able to get the ball to drop, and it was nice to see it down at the other end. Well, that's the type of effort J.J. always give you.
Keith Bloomquist with the steal for the Cats. Passes across to Flynn. He drives and scores.
Nice pass by Bloomquist.
Just over a minute remaining. Montague up on top, 85-63. Once again, we want to thank Cass Cable for allowing us to broadcast tonight's game. And so Jason Lang goes to line, followed by Keith Bloomquist. I'm not going to warn you again. Gotta watch that car. And Jason Lang, no go. Thumbs are with the rebound. Passes off to Babcock. Bloomquist drives, misses. Thumser puts it up, no good. And Wheeler with the rebound for the Spartans. Trailing on Jason Lang.
We were trying to get a little bit too tricky there, and just got out of hand, and Wildcats get the ball back with 18 seconds to go in the ball game.
And counting down, 5 seconds left. Jason Wheeler, no good. And so with that, that'll end the game. Montague wins it, 85-63.
Well, that's a nice one to get out of our way. That clinches the share of the title, as we said. Now we can only wait to see what happens over across the river tonight, and we can hope that Ravenna helps us out a little bit, and that takes a little pressure off going over there Friday night. But just the same, we don't want to go over with the idea, well, we've got it won and we just take it easy. We got to go with the idea that we're going to play some good, tough balls we have, and get that one underhand, and move on from there and close out the season at Whitehall. Well, Louis, we got 17-1 now. It doesn't seem, I said this before too, it doesn't seem like we should be at this stage of the season. Seems like we just started, and yet we've got 2 ball games left. And as you said tonight, it's been a lot of fun all season long. And regardless of how much further it goes, we certainly hope it goes a lot further. But regardless, it's been a fantastic season. And I'll say it again, I think this is probably the best Wildcat team that I've been associated with. It's just been exciting to watch them. They do so many things well. They play together. Just a tremendous group of young men. And we've got 2 excellent coaches over there, Coach Jim Tate and Coach Ray Schloff as his assistant. And I look for a lot of good things to come. And with that, unless you have something else, let's move down to the court, and we'll grab a couple people and see what they've got to say about the ball game.
Well, what more can you say? Let's go downstairs.
Well, Louis, here we are. We got a group of happy Wildcats. Congratulations, guys. Not only did you win the ball game tonight and move to 12-0 in the conference, but you clinched a share of the title. And I don't know if you knew at halftime, but Ravenna was leading Whitehall by 9. So if they can do that, hold on in that ball game, you guys win it outright. So congratulations again, and a super year, and again another super ball game tonight. Well, I got you right here, Richard. What happened tonight? You guys just played super. You came out and just ran it right up, and then maybe got a little cool there for a while, and then pushed it out to about 20, and then just held it. What was the key to that?
I don't know. I think that we pressed them into the game. We were playing pretty good, and they had a couple guys, starters, that weren't playing at the beginning of the game, and they couldn't handle us for a while. And then they got some of their starters back in. They were doing a little bit better, and it caught up, and we kind of let down just a little bit because we were ahead.
Did you get a few assists tonight?
Yeah, a few.
David, you played an excellent ball game again out there. It looks like you're shooting the ball, getting a little bit of confidence back in that shot.
Yeah, well, Coach's been running us a lot of jump shot drills and things like that in practice, and I'm starting to shoot all right. So
that's good, and you got a few boards out there too, and that's good to see. Louis?
I can't really add much to that. A good effort all around by the bench and everybody. Everyone looking strong. I think Chris deserves an extra mention. He put on a good effort tonight.
Okay. Well, everybody out here, I thought, just played excellent. Brad came in and popped that big three-pointer out there, and Randy, you got a few rebounds in there. Dave Cox, pretty good ball player.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's big.
I saw him at the end of the game come over and congratulate you on your season. What did he say?
He just said, "Good game, guys," and walked by. He was happy about it, I guess.
Well, those guys were here last year. They were the ones that knocked us out, and they won the conference, and now we return the favor this year, so it's kind of a nice thing. You know, something special about these guys. I can remember when they were 7th and 8th graders and coming through. I remember we went to a varsity tournament with a few of these guys as 8th graders, and, you know, you could tell right then and there they were champions. They never backed down from anybody, and it's really pleasing to me for you guys to be here tonight, all of you, and say that you're West Michigan Conference champions for 87, 88. And we're not going to just stop here either, right, guys? Right. No, we got another season to go in a couple weeks. We're going to get through this one first. I'm sure Coach Tate, as I see him over here nodding his head, you're going to get through this one first, and then we're going to move on to that second one. And so congratulations to you all, you guys, Kurt and Scott, Chris, Brad, Randy, David, and Rich. Go get them the rest of the season, okay?
Hey, good luck
Thanks
for
a
the remainder
lot.
of the season, guys.
Well, and with that, we've got Coach Tate over here, too, so we can get him in here. That was the senior group, and here's the real senior.
Real senior.
Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations. Coach, I'm sure you never expected to be this well off this far in the season, 17-1. I don't think anybody envisioned it, but here we are.
No, I knew we were going to have a good season, but you never expect to be 17-1. I knew coming in that we had good players, and if we could play together, and if we could develop a bench, and if you happen to play well at the right time during the year, I knew we were going to have a good year. But I also want to make it clear that I know I was the luckiest guy in West Michigan to walk into this situation coaching. I have great kids, and I don't just mean players. I mean they give you everything they have every day in practice. I'm proud to be associated with them. They're terrific around school. They've been nothing but a credit to this community and the school, and besides that, they can play. And I mean, there's a lot of them that can play, and I knew that coming in. So it wasn't anything that I did. The talent was here. It's just a matter of getting them to play together, and I'm the beneficiary of a lot of hard work that I know you did, Jeff, in the past, beginning with the 4th grade kids. Ray Schloff's done a terrific job this year helping me out in the varsity games, and he does a great job as a JV coach. And the other thing, we had 7 seniors out here, but those 5 other juniors, we've stressed being a team all year, and they've contributed unbelievably this year. I don't know where we would be without Paul and Jim and Keith and the other juniors, but it wouldn't be 17-1.
Well, that's what we said up there, you know, that in this game you win as a team. If you have a few stars, you might win for a while. You might win a few big games, but in the long run, you just can't win. Scottville is probably a good example of that. They've got 3 excellent ball players on their team right now, but they don't have a lot of people to complement them, and they've struggled all season long. But getting back to your complimenting the team, I would just like to compliment you, and I think a lot of the credit does go to you. You've molded this group of kids and doing the things that you want them to do. They've responded, certainly, But you set the things you want them to do, and they've done an excellent job doing that. But again, I want to congratulate you, and you deserve a lot of the credit for the success we're having this season.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. The one thing I wonder always as a coach is if kids respond to you, or if you happen to have the right kinds of kids around you to respond. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg, but I really don't care which one it is. I'm tickled pink that we tied for the championship tonight, and we don't really want to share it with anybody. So we're going down there to Ravenna on Friday night and play like that's a championship game for us.
Well, I don't know if you heard the halftime score over at Whitehall, but Ravenna was leading by 9. I don't know the score at the end of the ball game, or if even it's over, but that would be nice in terms of maybe a little of the pressure off going to that. But again, you don't want to have it such that the kids go in and think, well, we've got it won, we don't have to play, have a letdown. Although we've been in situations like that earlier this year, and the kids have never let down. They've just played their hearts out all the time. And again, I can't say enough about you and Ray and the kids, the things that they've done out there. So
the season as a whole, we mentioned earlier, might as well mention it again. 17-1. Even we hope Montague does better, but keeps us going. But even if they don't, it's already been a tremendously successful season.
Yeah, it was successful for me. I want to tell you the proudest moment that I had all year, and it has nothing to do with the game. We had practice one night, and I already told the kids this, so they know. But we were having practice one night, and I got here only 20 minutes before practice instead of 30 minutes. I had a lot of running around to do, and I came into the gym about 3 or 4 minutes late. And they had already started practice. They had already stretched. They had already paired up and were shooting, very businesslike. And that's the moment I knew that no matter what happened the rest of the year, that was going in the memory bank as a good one, because it's not very often that you have 17 and 18-year-old kids that respond like that and work together as a team and genuinely like each other like we have this year. And the fact that we win on top of that, that's just the icing on the cake.
Plus.
Yep, it is.
I've said this now 3 times with this coming, and I've been around here for 17 and a half years, and there have been people around here for a lot longer than I have, and they can remember teams prior to that and some very good teams. But in the years I've been here, this is the best team I've ever seen here at Montague. Again, all the things that you said are the things that I see. The kids genuinely like each other. They want to be around each other. They do things together. It's a team effort all the time. They're cheering for teammates on the bench, and some teams, if you don't get that playing time, there's a little animosity there. I want to get out there. Maybe you won't do so well this game, and you just don't see that with this group. And that's the neat thing about this group, the really together thing.
Yeah, it sure is. And I've told the kids this too. This is the best basketball team I've ever coached, and I've had teams that won 20 and 22 and 24 before, and I don't know how many games we're going to win, and it really doesn't matter to me. This is the most talented group that I've ever coached and the best team that I've ever coached. They play together, and they play hard, and they play well. And I'm extremely thankful that I'm in the situation I'm in and got a chance to work with those kids this year.
Well, we've got a gentleman over here that's making a lot of fun of us, so it's certainly nice to get him on the air. I don't think we'll ever do that, Ray Schloff, but he, again, I'd just like to mention him one more time. We've said it over and over again, but he just does an excellent job with the kids at the JV level and then coming up and helping you at the varsity level. And it certainly is a treat to have somebody there to look for things that maybe you just don't see.
That's right. I can't tell you. I'll bet it's in the 40s or 50s this year in games. He and I have yelled exactly the same thing at exactly the same time. And he handles the data, with me not being at Montague teaching, he handles all kinds of things for me. He's on top of situations, communicates with me, just a million things. But being a former head coach, he knows how important those things are. And I'll tell you, I'd be lost without him. And he's as much a part of our success as anybody, including the players. He's helped me out tremendously this year.
Okay, well, with that, I think we'll have to wrap things up. Thanks again for joining us. Good luck in the rest of the season. Good luck on Friday against Ravenna.
Okay. Yes, congratulations, Jim, and good luck down there. Friday, get that one, then Whitehall, and then on a tournament.
Right, just keep winning, right?
Thank you. That's easy. Well, with that, this is Louis Thumser and Jeff Peterson signing off.
Tonight's game is brought to you